There it is. All right. Well, the hymns, so whoever picked the hymns so far has had a theme in mind. I wonder what the scripture is going to be. From the 13th chapter of 1 Corinthians. Okay. If I speak in the tongues of men and of angels, but have no love, I'm like a booming gong or a clanging cymbal. If I am gifted with prophecy and can fathom all mysteries and all knowledge, and I possess a faith that can move mountains, but have no love, I'm nothing. If I give all I have to the poor and deliver my body to be burned, but have no love, it gains me nothing. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never ends. But where there are prophecies, they will cease. Where there are tongues, they will be stilled. Where there is knowledge, it will pass away. For we know in part and we prophesy in part. But when completion arrives, what is partial will come to an end. When I was a child, I spoke like a child, I thought like a child, I reasoned like a child. But when I became a man, I put childish ways behind me. For now we see but a dim reflection, but then we shall see face to face. Now I know partially, but then I shall know fully, just as I am fully known. So faith and hope and love abide, these three. But the greatest of these is love. I know this is Memorial Day weekend, but for some reason, this past year I've had enough of death. So, in good Quaker fashion, that is as much as you're going to hear about Memorial Day out of me. And instead, we're going to focus on the joyous occasion in front of us. Love. Love is kind of like the weather. Remember what Mark Twain said about the weather. Everybody talks about it, but nobody does anything about it. Everybody, it seems, has an idea about love. Apparently, it makes the world go round. But the musical Cabaret says that that's money. Dante talks about the love that moves the sun and other stars. It's at the end of the Paradiso. But it's money. Cabaret, money makes the world go round. Love apparently means never having to say you're sorry. Although one of my old girlfriends
That bad?
the pollen is, yes. I've got it.
You want
I've got it, Marcy. I've
you
got
want
it.
some water?
No, better not water with my meds.
Okay.
Just something to moisten my throat. As I was saying, love apparently means never having to say you're sorry, although one of my old girlfriends used to say that no, being omnipotent means never having to say you're sorry, which of course means it would be about God. It is apparently made for you and me. You know, L is for the way you look at me and all the rest of it. Then there's Khalil Gibran. How many of you know about Khalil Gibran? Anybody? You couldn't get married in the 70s, it seemed, without having some of Khalil Gibran's work, The Prophet, read at your wedding. So you're getting a 70s wedding today. When love beckons you to follow him, though his ways are hard and steep, and when his wings enfold you, yield to him. Though the sword hidden among his pinions may wound you, and when he speaks to you, believe him. Though his voice may shatter your dreams as the north wind lays waste the garden. For even as love crowns you, so shall he crucify you. Love is one of the most potent alchemies known to humankind. This is not minor league stuff. This is the real deal. Margaret Mitchell says, I mean, come on, this is the South. We're all saddled with Gone with the Wind, whether we like it or not. Margaret Mitchell, in one of the few bits of advice that is still acceptable in these politically correct times, says, tells Scarlett to be kind to Captain Butler. He loves you so. Remember to be kind. Gibran also has something to say about marriage. You shall be together when the white wings of death scatter your days. Aye, you shall be together even in the silent memory of God. But let there be spaces in your togetherness, and let the winds of the heavens dance between you. Love one another, but make not a bond of love. Let it rather be a moving sea between the shores of your souls. Fill each other's cup, but drink not from one cup. Give one another of your bread, but eat not from the same loaf. Sing and dance together and be joyous, but let each one of you be alone. For the pillars of the temple stand apart, and the oak tree and the cypress grow not in each other's shadow. Remember to keep asking yourself, do I make him happy? Do I make her happy? Above all, remember to talk to each other. Give yourself spaces where you can withdraw when, like the rest of us, you have disagreements. Take time to cool off. Give everybody a chance to calm down. Paul Stuckey from Peter, Paul, and Mary, I believe it was, who wrote this, puts it this way. He is now to be among you at the calling of your hearts. Rest assured this troubadour is acting on his part. The union of your spirits here has caused him to remain. For whenever two or more of you are gathered in his name, there is love. There is love. For a man shall leave his mother, and a woman leave her home. They shall travel on to where the two shall be as one. As it was in the beginning, is now until the end. Woman draws her life from man and gives it back again. And there's love. There's love. Well, then what's to be the reason for becoming man and wife? Is it love that brings you here? Or love that gives you life? Or if loving is the answer, then who's the giving for? Do you believe in something that you've never seen before? Oh, there's love. There's love. The marriage of your spirits here has caused him to remain. For whenever two or more of you are gathered in his name, there is love. There is love. Love is a many-splendored thing. I bet some of you didn't think I was old enough to know about that one. I'm just old enough to remember that there was a TV show that was called that, Mumble Mumble, years ago. So very shortly, what's going to happen is we are going to go into Quaker open worship. And in the course of that open worship, Christopher and Hannah are going to rise and they are going to say their vows one to the other. This is the traditional Quaker wedding. It has been legal in this state since before the Revolution, but only just before the Revolution. So as we go into the silence, take these words from the Song of Solomon with you. Wear me as a signet on your heart, like a sign over your arm. For love is as strong as death. Its sparks are sparks of fire, as fierce as any flame. Many waters cannot quench love. No flood can sweep it away. If a man tried to buy love with all that he owned, he would be utterly scorned.